Today on DWG, self-awareness. Do you know your body? Do you?
I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. You best be making some gains. You best be making some gains when you walk, when you talk, when you sleep, and when you creep. Let's make some gains right now while we're driving.
Knowing your body, understanding yourself is so important. I always preach self-awareness, and if you're not self-aware, if you don't know your body, how can you make any progress? How can you adjust? How can you know things? And I always preach, and I like to coach. I like to, I like to guide. I want you to learn, because if you just tell someone what to do, and a lot of people just want someone to tell them what to do, they're not going to get that far. They don't have that intrinsic, they don't have that understanding of their body. Understanding and self-awareness it takes fitness onto a deeper, more spiritual level. And I'm not sitting here going to be like, oh, and like do this whole chant and start talking about like the fitness soul and like we are one and all that shit. I'm talking about being self-aware. I'm talking about knowing your body and listening to the signs. Pain for me is different than pain for you. Pain for your mom is different than pain for you. Pain for Joe Schmendricksaurus over here in the car behind me who can't stand his fucking lane, it's different for him. I mean, it's going to be different when I put my freaking Vibram through his face. We're all different. So pain is relative. It's hard to talk about pain and a burn and like, okay, 10 reps for you, 15 for this. Why? For God's sake, your body doesn't know what 15 means. We made that up. We made that shit up. We have 15. Everyone knows what 15 is because we all agree that, okay, this is this. It's 15. It's arbitrary. We could have said, this is going to be 12. We could have called 15 12, and then we'd all be saying 12 when we're actually doing 15. It's just language. We're creating this whole universe, and we built it upon ourselves. So this number is so arbitrary. Stop thinking about numbers. Stop counting. I hate counting. And if I ever hear someone counting again in a gym, it just makes me freak out. I don't like numbers. I like the idea, okay, this is heavier, I'm not doing many. Oh, this is lighter, I'm doing a lot. That's as far as it should go. You should have an idea. That's where the numbers or counting can be effective, but don't use that like it's a freaking flagship. It's like, this means I'm going to build muscle. This means I'm going to do that. It depends on the person. I don't care what book you read. It depends on the person. Certain body parts on certain people like high reps. Certain body parts on certain people like heavy weight. That's why you always hear these opinions. Oh, for calves, you should go heavy. For calves, you should do light and go every day. For calves, you should go heavy and do every day. If there's a certain way to do it, why are there so many different opinions? Because everyone's fucking different. So self-awareness, you got to start studying. You got to study your body. Being self-aware is so much more than just, I feel this here. I feel this here. It's listening to your body signs. It's paying attention. It's knowing that I don't feel like working out today. No, you puss. You have to go. And you go. It's, I don't feel like working out today. Maybe I'll just go. I'll do yoga. I need to do some yoga. I don't feel like working out today. I need to just rest and just chill and unwind. Maybe I'll go for a walk on the beach. I don't feel like working out today. No, you're going to go to the gym. Let's get banged up. And you go and you have you have an amazing session. You lift more than you ever had before. That's like 4 or 5 different scenarios that I've had from that initial I don't feel like working out. There's the no, you have to go and you have an awesome workout. There's like, no, you need to go and just cruise and just do some stuff and work on form, some technical things. There's, I don't feel like going. All right, I need to stretch and relax and foam roll. Let me go do a hot yoga class. There's no, I don't want to go. All right, let me just kind of stretch a little bit. Let me go for an active walk and just be outside and think. And there's no, I don't feel like working out today and I'm going to watch Netflix and do a marathon. There's so many different ways to analyze and to break down, I don't feel like working out today. And they all start with the same thing. So how do you know what the difference is? You have to know your body. Some of the best workouts I've ever had were workouts where I didn't feel like working out. I'm like, let me just go and do it. And I have a sick workout, like ridiculous, like memorable. Like I wish I had written it down. I wish I had a videotape, like the whole transition from me not wanting to go to going. So being self-aware, understanding what your body means by what you feel. The different degrees of what you feel, the different degrees of I don't feel like working out today. There are many of them. what you should be doing if you feel one of those degrees, how to sense that, how to feel that out, how to analyze and take all those different dimensions of what your body is feeling and put that into a box, and then you know how to label it. How do you know what you're feeling? It's like saying the same thing. It's like hello, 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 hello. You say it all these different ways. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. So when you talk to a dog and you go, you cute little dog, you're so cute, you're cute, you're cute. The dog is going to cower and be like, what the hell, I'm in trouble. It's not what you're saying. The dog eventually might pick up on words over time, but the intonation, the way you say it, the emphasis on what words, like the tone, body, like freaking communication between human beings is vastly 70%, 80%, whatever the heck it is, body language. The way you stand, the way you hold yourself, the way you're looking at someone, the way you cross your arms, cross your legs, the way you lean. And the rest of it is how you say it. The words mean very little. It's how you say those words. That's where people can tell authenticity. They can tell when you're lying. It's not the words you're saying, it's how you're saying those words. So there's those aspects. Those aspects of communication are so important. And we study that. People study those forms of communication when you're speaking between two people. Well, what about focusing on those forms of communication when you're talking to yourself? Your brain talks to you. Your brain talks to itself. Your body talks to your brain. It's called afferent and efferent fibers. Your brain sends triggers to the muscle and to the body, and the body sends signals right back. How you process it, and people ignore that shit half the time. That's why I don't like to wear gloves. That's why I like to wear barefoot shoes, because I like to feel everything. I like my body to know what's going on. If you're sick and you have a headache, what do you take, ibuprofen? You're just masking up the pain. Where's it coming from? Is it going away? Is it water? Or was I dehydrated? Let me drink some water and see if I feel better. How are you going to know if you numb the receptors with ibuprofen? You don't know what's working. You don't know what your body's response is. There's times and applications. If you break your leg, I'm not saying, oh, don't take ibuprofen. How do you know if you're healing your broken leg? Let's not get to extremes here. There's times when you need to use some of these aspects, but people just run to a quick fix. They ignore their body's messages. So being self-aware will help you so much more than you can ever realize if you tune in. And that's a lot with why I don't count calories. Fuck counting calories. Life's too short for that shit. I am self-aware. I know when I'm eating too much. I know when I'm putting on a little body fat. I know when I can eat Sour Patch Kids. I know when I can have a beer and how many I should have, or how often I should have beer. I know when I should back off, or when I want a cigar, or when I don't, or when I'm eating junk like chips and salt. I know what I can get away with. I know what I should do. I know what I shouldn't do. I know when to back off. I know when to turn it on. I know when to adjust, because I listen to my body and I see myself and I know how I react because I've studied and I pay attention. So I got tired of counting calories way on a scale. If it fits your macros, fuck your fucking macros. FYFM. That's my new thing. Hashtag FYFM. Fuck your fucking macros. Have fun counting. Have fun weighing on a scale. If you listen to your body and you pay attention and you learn and you actually zone in and target and put some damn effort, the same effort you do when you play freaking Xbox or PlayStation, or you sit on your computer, or you watch TV, put the same effort into paying attention to your body, you are going to make your life so much easier and stress-free. You're not gonna have to think. I fast sometimes when I feel like I should fast. I don't eat breakfast for a long time, or I don't eat until the afternoon when I feel like, my body's telling me I shouldn't eat. I should just not eat. For whatever reason, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat. I'm good. I want to do this today. This is what I should be doing. Or I'll do some cardio. If I feel like going swimming, I'll be like, I need to do a swim. Let me do that. You listen to your body will tell you. Your body will tell you, I swear. You get consistent and you pay attention and you open your mind up and you listen and you receive, your body will give to you. Simple. It's amazing, what I see out there. I see people just eating junk food and then sitting in the car, and I see them, big stomachs and stuff like that. And, everyone has their life and they live, but it's not the overweight. It's not the obesity that bothers me. It's not the McDonald's and the fast food. I mean, that's ridiculous. And for kids, that's just child abuse. But it's the lack of attention to their body. And all these junk foods and chemicals and unhealthy lifestyles, what it does is dulls the receptors. And we talk about lack of communication and not following your dreams, not being who you are. People get into this rut and they become cattle, zoo people, because they don't listen to their body. They don't listen to their goals or aspirations. They don't follow what they should be doing. They don't hone their craft. They don't have motivation. But there's different aspects of listening to yourself. And only recently, like, I wish I got into this YouTube game and started doing this stuff 10 years ago when I was aware of it. I didn't have the motivation. I wasn't in tune to myself. I wasn't in the right point in my life. Now, everyone has their, that correct point. They have to find their path. And maybe it's exactly the opposite. Maybe I have even more knowledge now, and that's why it's come to a boiling point, and now I'm just, boom, I'm all in, and I'm amped up, and I've just been happier than I ever have been in my entire life, because I found my calling, I found my direction. But that's that self-awareness. I've listened to the fact that I don't know what the hell I want to do. I've listened to the fact that, I almost went to physical therapy school, and then I was like, nah, it's not for me. And I almost went to medical school, and I aced organic chem, and people don't do that. And I got hundreds and everything in the finals. I just crushed it. And I'm like, and I did that. I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it. So it's like on to the next thing. And I was self-aware. I listened to my body, listened to, I felt it out. I knew it was right for me. And then I didn't. I knew this wasn't for me. I didn't know it was right for me, but I knew that what that was wasn't for me. And then once I found it, light bulbs went off, sirens went. I was like, holy shit. And I did it. But self-awareness. So it comes into eating, it comes into the gym, it comes into daily life. Listen. You have to listen. You absolutely have to listen.